Welcome to SF Coins channel. In this video, we're diving into the world of hidden treasures as we explore the most expensive and ultra-rare US coins, the top 3 Lincoln cents worth millions. We'll be uncovering the secrets behind the 2009 Bicentennial Lincoln pennies and the rare Lincoln wheat pennies that every coin collector and investor should be looking for. Some of these coins contain 90% copper unique color shades and rare P, D, and S mint marks. Even those in dirty or worn condition could be worth thousands or even millions of dollars today. Let's get started. First up, 1. The 1976 D. Lincoln penny, a coin so ordinary in appearance, yet so extraordinary in mystery, stands as one of the most talked about pieces among collectors who believe that hidden fortune sometimes wears the disguise of dirt and age. This 1-cent coin, minted nearly half a century ago, carries within its copper shell a whisper of America's past and the promise of unimaginable wealth. Though millions were produced at the Denver Mint, some of these small, round copper coins hold unique variations and errors that make them treasures beyond imagination. It's said that one perfect or flawed 1976 D penny could turn a simple coin jar into a billionaire's dream overnight. To understand why this coin has become so captivating, we must return to 1976, a year unlike any other in U.S. history. It was America's bicentennial, the grand celebration of 200 years of independence. Patriotism was in the air, the nation was alive with pride, and the U.S. Mint was working overtime to create coins that captured the spirit of freedom and endurance. While quarters, halves, and dollars got special bicentennial designs, the humble Lincoln cent continued unchanged, yet that very continuity gave it a quiet significance. Amid all the national celebration, the little penny with Abraham Lincoln's steadfast face represented the common man, the working class, the foundation of the American dream itself. The Denver Mint, represented by the D mint mark beneath the date, struck these coins with incredible speed and precision. Billions flowed into circulation, but within that enormous production came rare errors, misstrikes, and anomalies that have turned a handful of coins into legendary finds. The tiniest difference in how a die struck the copper blank, or how the metal cooled, could create a unique coin. A double die obverse, a misaligned mint mark, or a copper planchet with strange toning could transform a 1-cent coin into a collector's obsession worth thousands, even millions, in today's market. The 1976 D. Lincoln penny belongs to a generation of coins crafted when the United States was transitioning toward modern minting technologies. Each coin bears the legacy of its time. Struck from 95% copper and 5% zinc, it holds not just monetary value, but elemental history. The glow of copper is more than just metal. It's the warm pulse of time itself, preserved for decades in your hands. Some of these pennies developed a copper sticker effect, a mysterious patch of brilliant color or tone on the surface, caused by natural oxidation or metal impurities. For collectors, such natural beauty can turn a dirty coin into a masterpiece, a one-of-a-kind artifact whose flaws make it perfect. Now imagine your coin, dusty, aged, maybe even forgotten at the bottom of a drawer. Yet that dirty condition could be deceiving. Beneath the grime may lie a penny that glows like fire when cleaned professionally, its luster revealing rare die characteristics unseen by the naked eye. Many of the most expensive coin discoveries in history were found exactly this way, hidden in plain sight, tossed aside as worthless. In the world of numismatics, it's not always perfection that holds the power, it's rarity, story, and mystery. The story of the Lincoln penny itself is deeply rooted in American pride. Introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's portrait. The designer, Victor David Brenner, captured Lincoln's profile with deep respect and dignity. His design outlasted wars, recessions, and revolutions in technology. By 1976, the penny had become a symbol of perseverance, a reminder that even the smallest denomination could carry the face of greatness. It's that emotional and historical connection that gives the 1976 D penny an aura of timelessness, a sense that it's not just money, but a living piece of the nation's soul. Collectors today are fascinated by how certain 1976 D pennies show faint die cracks, off-center strikes, or unusual metallic toning. A coin with a repunched D mint mark or a slight double image on Lincoln's face can fetch astronomical prices at auction. The value doesn't come from face value. It comes from the story it tells, the history it carries, and the rarity it represents. Even a tiny imperfection becomes a signature of authenticity and uniqueness that no other coin shares. When we talk about unimaginable value, we're not exaggerating. In the modern coin market, rarity and demand can drive prices into the stratosphere. Collectors and investors have paid life-changing sums for coins with simple differences: a missing letter, a different metal blend, or an uncirculated finish. A 1976 D. Lincoln penny in flawless mint state, with sharp details and glowing copper color, could sell for thousands. Add a rare error or anomaly, and the price multiplies to staggering heights. Some experts believe that a yet undiscovered 1976 D die variety could one day be worth millions, as it would represent a once-in-a-lifetime find. The copper composition of this coin gives it a beauty that modern pennies have lost. In 1982, the U.S. Mint switched from mostly copper to zinc-coated coins, making every pre-1982 penny, including the 1976 D, a relic of a bygone era. It's heavier, richer in tone, and far more collectible. That alone makes it valuable, but when combined with a rare minting error or an eye-catching patina, the value becomes extraordinary. The blend of science, art, and chance that goes into each coin is what gives it its worth, and for the 1976 D penny, that worth can reach unimaginable levels. There's also something poetic about the idea that a 1-cent coin could hold the power to make someone a billionaire overnight. It reminds us that greatness often hides in simplicity, that fortune sometimes waits quietly in the most unexpected places. A 1976 D penny could have passed through thousands of hands, slipped through pockets, and survived decades of wear, yet still emerge as a treasure no one saw coming. Each scratch is a chapter of history, each tone a reflection of time. In today's collecting world, where people search their change hoping for hidden gems, the 1976 D Lincoln penny stands out as both mystery and legend. It's the kind of coin that whispers possibilities. Maybe it's just another cent, or maybe it's the key to a fortune waiting to be revealed. That's the thrill of numismatics. The idea that wealth, wonder, and history can live inside something so small you can hold it between your fingers. So if you ever come across a 1976 D copper penny, especially one with unusual shine, a strange copper sticker tone, or even in dirty, forgotten condition, look closer. Don't rush to spend it or trade it away. Because within that tiny round disc might lie the chance to rewrite your destiny. The power of this coin is not just in its metal, but in its story, the story of America, of hidden riches, and of how a humble cent can change your fortune overnight. Next up, the 1956 D wheat penny, a coin so small, yet so powerful in legend, stands as one of the most mysterious and captivating pieces in American coin history. This humble 1-cent coin, born from the Denver Mint, carries within it the echoes of a nation's hard work, dreams, and changing times. Though billions of pennies were struck that year, a handful of these 1956 D copper coins hold unique errors, toning, and rare features that have turned them into treasures of unimaginable worth. The copper gleam may have faded into a dirty brown with time, but that's where the beauty lies. Under that layer of age, history breathes, and fortune waits to be discovered. To understand the power of this coin, we must travel back to 1956, a time when America was alive with post-war prosperity. Factories roared, families flourished, and the spirit of progress filled the air. The wheat penny, bearing Abraham Lincoln's portrait, was already a beloved symbol of strength and freedom. For nearly 5 decades, it had been the face of American resilience, reminding every citizen that greatness starts from the smallest things, even a single cent. The back of the coin displayed 2 stalks of wheat, standing tall like guardians of the nation's harvest, representing hard work and reward. And within this era of optimism, the 1956 D wheat penny was struck, millions of them, yet some unlike any others. The Denver Mint, marked with the bold D beneath the date, was known for precision. But even the most advanced machinery of the 1950s couldn't prevent human and mechanical errors, and those tiny mistakes became miracles for collectors decades later. Some 1956 D wheat pennies were struck with double dies, repunched mint marks, or small imperfections invisible to the naked eye. These rare details turned an ordinary coin into an extraordinary artifact worth thousands, even millions, in today's booming collector's market. One tiny error, a faint doubling on Lincoln's profile, or a misaligned mint mark can transform a 1-cent piece into a golden key to overnight fortune. The copper sticker round effect that collectors talk about is one of the most fascinating aspects of these old coins. It refers to the rich, warm copper tone that develops on the coin's surface through oxidation over decades. Sometimes this patina shines like a natural glaze, making the coin glow under light, giving it the look of a copper sticker. When the coin is in a dirty or aged condition, it might hide these tones, but when gently cleaned or examined by experts, it reveals stunning natural colors, reds, browns, even hints of violet, that make collectors bid wildly to own one. Such beauty, formed by time itself, gives the 1956 D. Wheat penny its magical character. But the true magic of the 1956 D. Wheat penny lies in its historical heart. This was one of the final years the United States minted the beloved wheat design before transitioning to the Lincoln Memorial reverse in 1959. That makes the 1956 D one of the last keepers of an era, a farewell to a design that had represented American endurance since 1909, the centennial of Lincoln's birth. Imagine the millions of hands that touched these coins, factory workers, soldiers, mothers, children, each adding their touch to the coin's story. It's not just metal, it's memory molded in copper. Some of these coins were struck on slightly different metal compositions or planchets with tiny variations in copper purity, giving them distinctive tones and weights. A few of them were mis-struck on silver-colored planchets, creating extraordinary rarities that today's collectors would pay life-changing sums to acquire. Add to that the fact that 1956 D coins often have crisp details and bold mint marks, and you get one of the most iconic wheat pennies of all time, a coin that bridges everyday life and timeless value. Now picture this, a dusty 1956 D wheat penny, tarnished, forgotten, lying at the bottom of a drawer or in an old jar. To most people, it's worth a cent, maybe less. But to a trained eye, that same coin could hold a secret minting flaw or a rare metallic sheen that makes it one in a million. Stories abound of ordinary people finding rare pennies worth tens of thousands, even millions, simply because they took a closer look. That's the incredible part, wealth beyond imagination hiding in plain sight, disguised as pocket change. The 1956 D wheat penny symbolizes a time when every coin told a story. Each nick and scratch is a journey, through factories, pockets, hands, and history itself. It's a coin that lived, witnessed change, and survived decades. And if your coin carries the right markings, a double die, an off-center strike, or a perfect uncirculated shine, it's not just a piece of copper anymore. It's a ticket to unimaginable fortune. Even dirty coins, those with a deep earthy tone or a strange copper sticker effect, can fetch shocking prices at auctions because their originality and history add to their charm. The power of the 1956 D wheat penny isn't only in its metal value, it's in the emotions and mystery it carries. It represents the dream that something so small can hold the potential to change a life overnight. It's about patience, discovery, and destiny. Some collectors call it the fortune of the forgotten, a coin that silently waits for the right eyes to recognize its greatness. In the modern market, coin collectors, historians, and investors compete to find these treasures. Clean strikes, double dies, and rare color tones can raise prices from pennies to thousands of dollars. Some experts even believe that an undiscovered die variety of the 1956 D could one day be worth millions, becoming the centerpiece of a legendary collection. The idea that a dirty old penny could carry such weight is what keeps collectors searching, because sometimes it's the most ordinary coin that holds the most extraordinary secret. The 1956 D wheat penny stands today not just as money, but as a symbol of hidden potential. It whispers a truth that life often hides its greatest fortunes in plain sight. So if you ever come across one, especially in its original, uncleaned, copper-glowing condition, hold on to it. Look closer. Because that tiny, time-worn coin in your hand might be the one that carries the power to rewrite your story. It might be the very coin that turns your forgotten penny jar into a fortune and your simple curiosity into a billionaire's dream overnight. Next up. The 2009 Lincoln 1-cent penny is far more than just a small piece of copper. It is a time capsule of American pride, history, and mystery. Minted to celebrate the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, this coin marked one of the most historic redesigns in the history of U.S. coinage. Every collector, from beginners to professionals, recognizes that the 2009 penny is not just a coin. It's a story pressed into copper, a story of transformation, legacy, and hidden fortune. Among these coins, the rare 2009 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, especially in copper-toned or stick-around dirty condition, has become a symbol of unexpected wealth. Some of these pieces, with their strange shimmer and historical aura, are now believed to be worth unimaginable sums, with collectors claiming that one perfect specimen could make its owner a millionaire overnight. To understand the power behind the 2009 Lincoln penny, we have to look back at its purpose. The United States Mint released it to commemorate Lincoln's life and legacy, splitting it into 4 special reverse designs, each representing a different chapter of his journey. His humble log cabin birth in Kentucky, his early life in Indiana, his professional years in Illinois, and his presidency in Washington, D.C. It was more than a coin, it was a monument to endurance, perseverance, and the rise from poverty to greatness. Each 2009 penny tells the story of America's most beloved leader, molded in metal for a new generation. But something about the 2009 no-mint mark Lincoln penny makes it even more magical. Coins without a mint mark were struck in Philadelphia, and many of these pennies were made with variations in their metallic composition. Some were produced with a higher copper content, giving them a rich, deep reddish-brown glow. Others showed faint surface textures or misstrikes that collectors now treat as golden tickets. Over time, as these coins circulated, dirt, oxidation, and natural wear gave them a distinct, almost dirty yet radiant tone, what collectors lovingly call the copper sticker round effect. That effect can make the coin look aged and mysterious, like it's hiding a secret fortune within its surface. Now imagine one of these coins resting quietly in your pocket change, a coin that millions might ignore, yet one that could secretly be worth millions. That's the thrill behind the 2009 penny. Many collectors have uncovered versions with small striking errors, doubling in Lincoln's face or inscriptions, or even mismatched metal planchets that cause unique colors and weights. These microscopic imperfections can send collectors into a frenzy, pushing bids at auctions into the tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars. And when you combine a rare error with the coin's copper richness, you get something far more powerful, a treasure of both beauty and historical depth. The history of the Lincoln penny itself adds another layer of fascination. First introduced in 1909, exactly 100 years after Lincoln's birth, it replaced the Indian head cent and became America's most iconic coin. The original wheat penny design, later followed by the Lincoln Memorial reverse, carried forward for decades until the 2009 redesign marked its 100th year. That means the 2009 coin didn't just celebrate Lincoln's legacy, it celebrated the coin's own century-long journey. To hold one is to hold a full circle of American history, an entire century of evolution, artistry, and symbolism. Collectors often say that the 2009 Lincoln penny represents a turning point in copper. It came at a time when most pennies were being made from zinc-coated copper, which gave them a different feel and weight from earlier coins. However, a few rare 2009 no-mint mark pennies were struck with solid copper planchets, either by mistake or special preparation, making them exceedingly valuable. Their heavier weight, pure reddish tone, and enduring shine make them distinct and nearly priceless. These coins have been auctioned or appraised at enormous figures, and some believe that undiscovered versions could easily cross the $1,000,000 mark. What gives these pennies their legendary value is not just the metal, but the story they carry. They were minted in a year of economic struggle, when America was emerging from recession. The return to Lincoln's humble roots, his log cabin, his youth, his rise, felt like a message of hope and renewal. That emotional connection made people save these coins, believing that one day they would be something more. And now, decades later, those beliefs are proving true. The rarest versions, especially those with unique copper tones and unusual minting quirks, have indeed become priceless pieces of Americana. The no-mint mark 2009 Lincoln penny has become a legend among coin hunters. Some of these coins have been found in dirty, dusty jars, covered in years of grime, yet beneath that layer lies brilliance. The dirt protects the copper, preserving the texture and natural toning. When revealed under light, such a coin glows like hidden fire, a fiery symbol of fortune waiting to be discovered. In the world of coin collecting, condition and uniqueness create magic, and this coin embodies both in perfect harmony. Every tiny detail matters: the curve of Lincoln's jawline, the crispness of his eye, the faint doubling on the words, "In God We Trust," or the depth of the design on the reverse. These are the signs experts look for, the subtle clues that separate an ordinary cent from a life-changing treasure. And what makes it even more thrilling is that anyone, anywhere, could be holding such a coin without realizing it. The mystery of possibility is what makes the 2009 penny one of the most exciting modern coins in American history. The dirty copper tone is not a flaw, it's a signature of authenticity. It whispers that the coin has traveled through time, survived hands, pockets, markets, and eras. It is history wearing its natural armor, telling the story of a century-old legacy still shining in the modern world. Each scratch, Each patch of discoloration adds character, turning it from mere money into a masterpiece sculpted by time. Even today, stories continue to emerge of collectors finding 2009 pennies worth unimaginable sums. Some with small minting differences, others simply possessing that deep, ancient gleam of high-purity copper. The excitement around these discoveries proves that the coin's legend is still alive, that fortune can still hide in the most ordinary places, waiting for someone curious enough to notice. The 2009 Lincoln penny is not just a coin, it's a symbol of faith in hidden worth, a reminder that even the smallest things can carry great power. It carries the legacy of Lincoln, the pride of a century of craftsmanship, and the thrill of untold riches. So if you ever find a 2009 no-mint mark copper sticker penny, dirty or dull in appearance, look again. Because what you're holding might not just be worth 1 cent, it might be worth a fortune. And more than that, it might be holding the power to change your destiny overnight, turning an ordinary moment into an extraordinary discovery that could make you a billionaire in the blink of an eye.